Hi everyone, Miss Stella here, Learn to Grow. I hope that you're having a great day. So today I'm going to be planting some garlic. Now if you decide to plant some garlic cloves, make sure to plant them at least 2 weeks before your first frost date. This will allow the cloves to establish a root system before winter dormancy and before the ground freezes. The variety that I'll be planting is called Russian Red. Aren't these bulbs beautiful? And they are huge. The cloves are big too. This is a great variety for cold climates. It is a very cold hardy type of garlic, and it is a hard-necked variety. As you can see, the stalks are stiff. The soft-neck variety will not have the stiff neck or hard neck like these ones here. We live in the Pacific Northwest, so we grow both hard-neck and soft-necked. But if you live in a warm climate, a soft-neck variety is more adapted to your region. And the hard-neck variety is actually suggested for colder regions. Now, when you're planting garlic, it's best to keep the bulb intact. Do not separate the cloves until planting time. That way they don't dry out. Now let's go over sunlight and soil requirements. Garlic performs best in full sun, at least 6 hours or more. Now they will thrive in part shade, although they may not develop as well. The soil should be fertile, loamy, and well draining. And make sure to space out each clove properly so that way they will develop to their full potential. So let's go ahead and get these separated and get them in the ground. Now before you plant your cloves, make sure to amend the soil with some organic compost, worm castings, or a balanced fertilizer. I actually already added compost in this bed about a month ago, but I'll go ahead and just top dress it with some worm castings that I'll lightly scratch in. So I'll go ahead and top dress with worm castings, and then you can just scratch that in just like so. And some people apply fertilizer in each planting hole if you want to do it that way. I find it easier to just distribute the compost or worm castings throughout the bed just like that. So here's our basket of beautiful Russian red garlic. Go ahead and split them apart. And what you want to do is plant the bigger cloves and reserve the small ones for eating. The reason why is the bigger cloves will result in bigger bulbs and cloves, which is essentially the clone of the mother plant. Russian red garlic is very pungent. So it's a spicy variety, but it is delicious. We enjoy the complex flavor of this variety. Make sure not to remove the papery skin. So here's a small clove that we'll be taking back inside for eating, and we'll go ahead and plant these nice big ones. When you plant the clove, make sure to plant the point side up and the blunt side down. And bury each clove 2 inches deep. And I usually space them out about 4 to 6 inches apart. Got it in the planting hole and just cover it up. If you're planting them in rows, space your rows out about 12 inches apart. Just pop it in there. Now, if you have a limited space, you don't have to space out each row 12 inches apart. That's if you are actually planting them in rows. If you have a big area to plant in, I'm planting in this small section of this raised bed. So I only have about 2 rows of garlic here. And you can also grow garlic in pots. Just make sure that the pot is at least 5 gallons with a 12-inch diameter, and you can plant up to 6 cloves in a 5-gallon pot. If you're doing the square foot gardening method, you can plant up to 6 cloves per square foot. Got the cloves in the planting holes. Now remember to bury them at least 2 inches deep, so that means that the top of the clove should be 2 inches below the soil. Go ahead and backfill. So once you get your cloves in the ground, in about 7 to 9 months, you'll be harvesting beautiful garlic bulbs. Now, if your soil is very dry, go ahead and water them in to stimulate root growth. If you live in a cold climate, you can apply a thick layer of organic mulch, such as straw, dry grass clippings, and or crushed leaves, about 3 to 5 inch layer of mulch. which will settle to about 2 to 4 inches. The mulch will stabilize soil temperatures and prevent the cloves from freezing. Now, the reason why we plant garlic in the fall is because they require a chilling period or vernalization in order for the cloves to develop into robust and healthy bulbs. I hope that you found this video helpful and enjoyed it as well. For more tips on growing garlic, make sure to check out the playlist in the description box of this video. And also just want to remind you that my book, 4-Season Food Gardening, is available to pre-order and will be released in spring 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day and happy gardening.